Hello and welcome to Easy English with Joanna, the channel where I share practical tips that help you speak English more confidently. Before we dive in, remember, this video is for educational purposes only, and it's designed to help you improve your English skills. But remember, every learner is unique, so take what works for you and adapt it to your needs. And if you need personalized help, make sure to consult a professional. Let's get started. Have you ever worried about not sounding natural enough when you speak English at work? Well, if you have, today's video is for you. I'll share 3 simple tips that can help you sound more natural and fluent in professional conversations so you feel comfortable speaking up and making connections at work. Well, you're probably wondering, why does sounding natural even matter in a professional setting, right? It makes a huge difference when it comes to connecting with others, building trust, and showing your true personality. Fluent and natural sounding English can give you a professional edge. It helps you make a great first impression, and it makes people more comfortable interacting with you. So how can you achieve this? Let's dive in. 3 easy techniques that will make you sound more natural in English conversations. Tip number 1. Use phrasal verbs and idioms that are common in everyday professional English. A phrasal verb is when a verb teams up with a preposition or adverb to create a whole new meaning, often different from the original verb. Like set up means to arrange or organize something. We need to set up a meeting to discuss the new project. Bring up, to mention or introduce a topic in a conversation. She decided to bring up the budget concerns during the meeting. Or follow up, which means to take further action or check on something after a previous interaction or event. Like, I'll follow up with the customer after the meeting. Or use idioms. An idiom is a fixed expression or phrase that has a figurative meaning, different from the literal meaning of the words. Think of it as a cultural shortcut, a way to say something in a colorful or creative way that makes sense within a language or group of people. For example, get down to business, which actually means focusing on the main tasks or goals, usually after a distraction. Like, let's get down to business and talk about the project details. Or in the loop, which means being kept informed or updated about a situation or process. Make sure to keep me in the loop about any changes to the schedule. Or think outside the box, which means to think creatively and unconventionally, not limited by traditional or expected ideas. We really need to think outside the box to be competitive. Now let's move on to tip number 2. Use transition words to help ideas flow smoothly. Transition words are phrases that can help connect ideas, making you sound more natural and easier to follow by guiding the reader through the conversations. Imagine you're giving a presentation or explaining an idea. By adding transitions, you're signaling what's coming next, which helps you sound organized and fluent. Here are some examples. Firstly, you can use it to introduce the first point or item in a list. Firstly, we need to address the delay in the project timeline. Or on the other hand, which is used to contrast or to introduce an opposing idea after mentioning one side of an argument or situation. On the other hand, we've made significant progress with the new software. And in conclusion, which is used to signal the final thoughts or a summary at the end of any given document or speech. In conclusion, let's see how we can solve the delay using the software progress. And now let's move on to tip number 3. Finally, tone and intonation. This is a powerful tool that often gets overlooked. English speakers use intonation to show enthusiasm, agreement, or confidence. If you're agreeing with someone, try slightly raising your tone on the keywords. So instead of saying, "That's a good idea," in a flat tone, you could say, "That's a great idea." The emphasis makes it sound more genuine and positive, which can make people feel more at ease in your presence. You can even use intonation to politely disagree by softening your tone on certain words, like, "I see your point, but maybe we could consider another option." This technique helps you come across as polite and professional while still making your point. And now, let's recap. What are 3 ways to sound more natural in business conversations? First, try using phrasal verbs to bring up, set up, or follow up. Next, use transition words like "firstly," "on the other hand," and "in conclusion" to create flow in your ideas. And finally, pay attention to your intonation to add warmth or emphasis to what you're saying. Practice these tips in your next conversation, and you'll start noticing a difference in how you come across. If you enjoyed these tips, let me know in the comments below. I love to hear from you. What's something you struggle with when it comes to using English for work? Your comments help me understand what's most useful for you, and it gives me great ideas for future videos. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Bye for now.